Hello, and welcome to another episode of Field Ready. I'm here with Product Manager Tyler Jessop to discuss the all-new Mesa 4, the latest Windows 7-inch tablet on offer from Juniper Systems. Hi, Tyler. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Good, Michelle. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to talk about the Mesa 4. So let's dive in. Could you give us maybe a history of the Mesa rugged tablet family?
Yeah, sure. The Mesa product line all started in 2010, the original Mesa Notepad. We iterated on that with the Mesa 2, which kind of brought it into this modern tablet form factor that we've retained even with the Mesa 4. Introduced a 7-inch screen, and really it's just been an incredible product that we've continued to iterate on. So Mesa 3 was launched in 2020, and now here we are at the beginning of 2024, launching Mesa 4.
Thank you for that brief history of the Mesa rugged tablet family. Now, looking forward to the Mesa 4, what can users expect as far as improvements?
The Mesa 4 really takes a large step forward in performance overall. There are a few different components that we've updated to really enable that performance gain. The first being the CPU. Right? The central processing unit in the Mesa 4 is the Intel N200, which is a recently released processor. We got early access to develop with it. It should be one of the first devices on the market with this processor in it, and we're really excited about both the power and the efficiency gains we're going to see from that. It has a really high initial burst clock rate, which basically means that it can handle a lot all at once. And then once it's gotten through that, it does really well at the sustained processing at lower power levels. So we're really, really excited about the capability that that processor is going to bring to the Mesa 4. The next major improvement we've made with the Mesa 4 is the RAM offering. So in the Mesa 4, we'll offer 8 and 16 gigabytes of DDR5 laptop RAM, which is kind of just the latest technology there available. It really enables the processor to reach its maximum capacity. The RAM will help you multitask, open and close programs quickly, and a lot of other benefits just kind of in the device that help it feel snappy, help it feel powerful. Alongside the RAM improvements, we've also improved the baseline storage on the device. We're using an SSD technology now, as opposed to the flash technology in Mesa 3. We should see read and write speeds up to 6 times as fast. So again, really just lends to the overall performance and power. And one of the other ways that we've vastly improved the product is by updating the cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth communications. So we've got the latest generation in all of those technologies that really allow for faster data transfer, 2 to 3x across the board. So if you are using a wireless solution, you should see it improve significantly in the Mesa 4.
That does sound powerful. And I know when users have that conversation about power and performance, they usually like to discuss efficiency as well. So what can they expect from the Mesa 4 there?
Great question. I think that's a valid concern, right? You've got a more powerful unit, you're worried about battery life. And one really cool thing with the Mesa 4 is that it's actually a modern standby device. So that's a kind of a new generation of devices with Windows where it's a little bit more intelligent in what it's powering when. So if a part of the device isn't actively being used, it'll go into a low power state and actually conserve a little bit more energy. So because of the efficiencies gained there, we're expecting to see similar, if not longer, battery run times in Mesa 4 versus Mesa 3.
That does sound fantastic and like it will be very useful for users. I was wondering next if you could explain how the Mesa 4 fits into the history of Juniper rugged products.
Sure. One of the great things about Mesa 4 is that we're using the same rugged form factor that we've iterated to success on through the Mesa 2, 3, and now the 4. So we didn't have to do a lot to make sure that it's just as rugged as our previous product was. We're really excited to have made some improvements along the way as well. So it should be as rugged, if not more rugged, than any Mesa you've ever used. We have done additional testing beyond our third-party certifications to make sure that it's really an ultra-rugged device. Specifically, we do a lot of extra drops to make sure that your device is going to be rock solid and field ready. Some of the certifications we have on the Mesa 4 is the mil standard 810H, which is the latest generation of that test, as well as the Ingress Protection 68, which just means it's waterproof and dustproof.
That's fantastic. Thank you for that explanation. I think users would also like to hear about software compatibility and integrations with their current workflow. Can you expand on that?
One of the great things about the Mesa 4 is that it's a Windows 11 Pro operating system. It's full desktop experience. So if your software runs on Windows 11, it'll run on Mesa.
Is there any specific software that comes with the Mesa 4?
There is a device settings app on the desktop, which really consolidates all of the previous apps and utilities that were specific to the Mesa in the past. So think of your touch profiles, your keypad mapping application. All of those will be under one roof, called the device settings app. One thing that we're excited to offer is the ability to do software and firmware updates directly from that app. In the past, when we had issues from customers that were reported, we would chase down a fix and deploy it, but simply the act of updating the device was enough friction that a lot of the end users didn't actually get the fix. So that was one thing we wanted to address in Mesa 4. So we've added that to the device settings app. It should prompt you with a pop-up if there's an update available. You simply click it, it'll take you to a page, hit download and install, and it will go through the process to make sure you have the latest and greatest for Mesa 4.
That sounds like a great improvement on the user experience. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Next, I wanted to ask you about a pain point for tablets in extreme environments. This sometimes can have trouble with screen visibility. So what can users expect from the Mesa 4 in extreme environments there?
You know, that's really what we build the Mesa for, is to thrive in these extreme environments. And part of that is just simply being outside, right? The sun is brutal. It can be both hot as well as bright. And so we've optimized the device to be able to be performant in those types of environments. The brightness rating for the Mesa 4 out of the gate is a 800 nit luminance rating, which simply means that it gets real bright. You'll be able to see it in direct sunlight. And to be honest, if I crank it up to full brightness, I'm seeing nits closer to 1,000. So really, it should be visible in any sort of lighting conditions, and we're really excited about that.
That's fantastic. I think next we should probably touch on software and additional hardware. The history of the Mesa line has made it easy for customers to get exactly what they need as far as customizations go. Is that still the case with the Mesa 4?
Absolutely. One thing we pride ourselves on at Juniper is being able to take care of the little guys. We offer customization options at volumes that really wouldn't be feasible for a lot of our competition. So if that's just customizing the appearance, we have the ability to do that between the bumpers and the bezel label. But additionally, we can do more hardware integrations and really specialize the product to fit your needs. We've had a lot of customers that were previously using 2 or 3 devices. They worked with us. We've integrated, whether it be RFID or whatever specific radio they need into the device, and now they're just carrying around one. And that does a lot for their productivity and really for their total solution. So we're really excited to pair with partners and to make sure that we're creating the device that you need for your solution.
That's great. Like all of our Juniper products, the Mesa 4 was designed and assembled in the US here in Utah. What does that mean for users' customer service, serviceability, and technical support?
That's a great question. I think that is something that we shouldn't gloss over because it really makes a difference. We start, with our design right here in-house, produce, manufacture, and then we've even got our support staff in-house as well. And that just allows us to be really agile. When we do have an issue that pops up, we can work with our engineers directly, get everybody in the same room to have the conversation, chase down the bug, chase down the issue, get it solved, and then get that pushed out to customers. And I think really just the communication and the ability to have everything under one roof really makes a difference in the end product.
Thank you for answering all of these questions, Tyler. I think maybe the most important is where users can go to learn more about the Mesa 4 and place orders now.
I think the best place to start would be our website, junipersys.com. There they can find anything they want to know about the Mesa 4, as well as request a quote. And we're, of course, always available via phone to talk about Mesa 4.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me on this most recent episode of Field Ready. We're excited for the Mesa 4 and to see it out in the rugged environment in user hands.